It's sit down stand up time with John Kenneth. That's me, John Kenneth. My show. I can say my name. Welcome. Great news today. Really exciting news, Longo. Taylor Swift is engaged. This is no, it's a big day, big day. And so I'm at we do the show out of Factory Underground Studios in Nora, Connecticut, and on Saturday, September 13th, at the studio there is a Taylor Swift dance party, which I'm invited to, and I will probably not be attending because I love her, but I don't love her that much. Anyways, we have we have such a cool show today. We have a really cool guest. This guy is, I got to describe him to you, but he's one of the coolest looking guys. I'm staring at him right now. One of the coolest looking dudes I think I've ever seen in my entire life. And this show will be produced on video because we're recording it, and I will be sending him the link, and then he can post it. But he is from Baltimore. He's a storyteller. He's a self-described certified forensic humorist. Which sounds like someone at a murder scene makes people laugh, but that is not the truth with this guy. He's part stand-up, he's part one-man band, he's part one-act play, he's part rock concert, he's part news report. Let's introduce all the parts. His name, GD Fenderson. GD, how are you, brother? Oh, man, it is going well. It's so good to see you, man, and thank you so much for coming on the show.
Oh, it pleasure's mine. First of all, any opportunity I get to plug myself without using one of
Getting
my good
arrested.
plugs, yeah, without using one of the good plugs, I take it.
You take it. Oh, that's right. So you basically whore yourself out. That's what you're telling
Oh
me. You're
yeah,
just
yeah, yes, yeah.
He's honest. Well, you first of all, people are listening right now. They can't see you, but you've got this. You got this really distinguished. You got these long dreads that are kind of. It's kind of like a salt and peppery brown gray. You got this open forehead. You got the little goatee going. You're a cool mofo, man. You look really cool.
Thanks. I did not always look this cool.
Oh, you did
I
not. You're not born this
no
way. That's what
no
you're.
no.
Oh,
I
okay.
started off. I started off looking. Uh, tr- tr- Let's put it this way. When I was 6 or 7 years old, my
Yeah.
father said to me, I was in the dining room playing with my Legos on the dining room floor, and my father
Yeah.
walks in and he says to me, "I am going to teach you how to cook, how to clean, how to sew, how to iron, how to take care of yourself, because you are a
Okay.
very ugly child and no woman's going to want to take care of you."
I thought you were gonna say because my mom wasn't doing any of it, so it's like, well, I might
No,
as well go with one of the kids.
that's what he said to me, and I told my mother that many years later, and my mother says he must have been joking, and I said, well, he didn't live long enough for me to find out if that was a joke, but he did teach me to cook, to clean, to iron, to sew, to do laundry. So as
Oh,
far as I'm
man.
concerned, he was serious.
He was spot on. Now, is your wife happy about that? I mean, you still practice what he was preaching back then, or did you
No, I
kind of
still,
like
yeah,
get this
yeah.
phase?
I've always,
Of,
when it comes to marriage, when it comes to relationships, I believe that their time is, my time and their time are both equally precious. So,
really?
so
My
if
wife does not think that.
I don't. Well, my wife thinks that about time, but she doesn't think that about feelings. My feelings
Okay.
don't matter. My time matters, but my feelings don't. So,
That's funny.
so when it comes to feelings and when it comes to time,
All
anything
right.
I can do that will make it, give her more time to either enjoy herself or to enjoy our company, that I think the relationship is better for it.
All right. Well, that's a good way to look at it. Your wife, you obviously your wife must like you because you just that's very honest and very sincere what you just said. So good for you. Good
Well,
for you.
it's right now. I have a. Oh yeah, I'm a good husband. I know I'm a good
You are.
husband.
I just
Yeah.
met you today, but I could see you're a very genuine looking sounding person. I could see why you'd be just a really good husband. Are you also a father? You got some kids too?
It's illegal for me to reproduce. Um,
Okay, because of prior.
yeah, it's no.
Where do we go with it?
I actually I have helped to raise 3.5 stepchildren,
Ah, all
but I
right.
don't have any
Okay.
kids of my own.
All right.
But now, and part of that's by design. I didn't want to have any kids unless I was married.
Okay.
And my first wife, she
Right.
had a daughter, and I wanted us to have kids of our own. But honestly, after about 6 months of marriage, I realized I did not want her to be the mother of my children. I was like,
Did you want to still be married with her, or you just didn't want to be the mother of your child?
I tried to fix the
Both.
marriage for like I tried to fix the marriage for another 6.5 years, but
Oh, wow.
I was definitely not going to have any kids with her. Definitely not.
Wow. Wow. Good for you. I mean, you
Yeah.
gave that some time. I mean, there's some projects around the house that I've been putting off for about 6.5 years. That's it's getting a little old right now. But I mean, what? So you gave it a shot. I mean, good. You gave it the old college try.
Yeah, I did. I did my due diligence.
Well, good for you. All right, so you are from you're a native of Baltimore, a great city. Love Baltimore. Been there many times, and you're still in that vicinity. You're still in
Yeah,
Baltimore area.
I live in Westminster, Maryland, which is about an hour north of Baltimore. But if I tell people I live in
Okay.
Westminster, they're like, no idea.
Now, Baltimore is one of the cities that Trump says he's coming. He's bringing the troops in. Have you seen them yet?
No,
Are they setting
they're
up
not
there?
coming yet. They're not here yet.
All right,
Uh,
any day.
and if they do come, I won't be protesting only
No.
because my wife works for the state of Maryland, and
Oh, okay.
she's a muckety muck.
Oh, wow.
She's high up there.
Like the
And
mayor?
oh no, she
No.
works for the Department of Health.
Oh, okay. Oh,
But
wow. Got a big time.
she's like a deputy chief, assistant deputy chief, or some. I don't
Wow.
even know what her title is because it's so long. Honestly, I used to call my wife, and I she would start her title, and I could just put it on hold, walk, go to the bathroom, come back, and then she'd still be going,
Still going.
and please leave a message because her title was so long.
That's funny. That is so funny. So you grew up in Baltimore. Did you come from a big family? Are you what's
Well,
your where do you place? I
my
mean,
brother was slightly overweight. My mom was a 36 double G, so I guess that's
so
large.
that's a big family.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
a large family.
Yeah, and as
Okay.
a matter of fact, in my family, even the men have like C cups. It's like it's yeah.
They wear brassiere, they wear bras,
Yeah,
man's ears.
yeah. I honestly believe that. Actually, the joke in our family was if you were a woman and you weren't a D cup, then you weren't trying.
That's
That was
great.
the motto in our
I love
family.
it. Oh, that's funny. So now, how long? We're gonna get into your stand up and your whole performance career, but I want to talk a little about your background. What did you do? What was your career? What was your that kept you busy on the 9 to 5 throughout most of your life? What was your specialty?
Oh, well, my specialty was something I did for like 20 some odd years. I worked with basically in the communications industry, but with cable and then satellite television, stuff like that. That's where I
Really,
spent
what
most of my
company?
career until I got
'Cause
injured, and then
you're like an installer.
installer, line tech. So yeah, even like working on the satellites, not the satellites, but satellite dishes or the
So you
towers.
work for DirecTV or Dish
I
or
started off with Comcast, and
Comcast?
then I
Yeah.
worked for an independent company called SPT, where my services were contracted out around the country.
Mhm.
And then I worked for DirecTV,
Right.
and then I got injured, and
Oh.
so I wound up at Random House Publishing Company driving a forklift.
Which is where a lot of injured cable people go. They all go
That's
to
where
Random
most of
House.
them go. As a matter of fact,
That's
you could not take a forklift and turn it around without hitting a former
that's right.
DirecTV installer who had been injured on the roof.
That's right. They all end up at Random House. So all right. So you're doing this, and then you seem to be you got an incredible. You're very versatile in your entertainment sphere because you do stand up, you do storytelling, you do. We were talking this for which I'm going to talk about on the show. We were talking about before we got on. You have this, and you host some shows. What is your? Where do you spend most of your time? What kind of entertainment lane do you spend most of your time in? Are you doing mostly stand up? Are you kind of doing more kind of these? I don't want to say ancillary areas because they're all kind of primary, but where do you kind of spend most of your time thinking and performing and doing?
Most of my time, I guess I prepare for stand up, I should say.
Okay.
Like right
Got
now, I'm writing a 90-minute show. I'm writing a 90-minute show, and it's going to be called Reopening Old Wombs, WOMBS. But like last month, was it last month? This is August, right?
Yeah.
So it could have been earlier this month. I did a 90-minute show called Parodies, Nutsy Songs, and Short Stories.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
so,
Okay.
but I'm constantly writing, and so most of the time, if I'm on stage, it's at doing stand up.
Okay. Well, now, how long have you been doing? How long have you been performing, per se? I mean, have you? Let's start with how long have you been doing stand up, but then if there's some other entertainment areas you've been doing, how long have you been on stage in front of people doing your thing?
I will be doing stand up 11 years come September 14th.
There you go. You even got the date down.
Oh yeah,
Fantastic. And
yeah.
you, what got you into stand up? What all of a sudden? Because like, cable is funny. I was in cable for a long time.
Oh wow.
Um, Yeah, I was on the sales side though.
Oh
I
okay.
was on the yeah. So I was, but I had a lot of friends in the business. And so all of a sudden, like you're doing your thing, and like, what triggered you all of a sudden to decide, I'm gonna get into stand up. I'm gonna get on stage and start telling jokes. Was it because were you just a funny guy? You're telling people to encourage you to do what? What all of a sudden got you up there?
Ah, what got me doing stand up was my wife's guilt. Uh, it was her guilt. So
Oh, your wife's guilt got
I,
you
I,
doing
I
stand.
had, I had, I had no
Whew.
desire to do comedy. It wasn't on my radar. I wasn't even thinking about it. Um, uh, wasn't even a remote possibility. Like I said, I was working and I got injured, so I was out of work for a while.
Right.
And my wife got an opportunity to move to Florida for this, what she thought was going to be a great job opportunity. And I
Okay.
said, okay, so we loaded up the trucks and we moved to Beverly. No, I mean so we sold the houses in Maryland.
Right.
We get down to Florida, and so now I have no friends. I have no job, and my
Right.
wife was worried that I would be like bored and I wouldn't know, And I guess she thought that I would get bored and cheat or something, or I would get bored and do. But she was worried that I didn't, because all my friends were back home, and I played in a basketball league before I got injured, and I had all these
Right.
friends and this
Had a
life,
whole
and
life. Had a whole life in
yes,
Baltimore. Now
whole
you're in
life.
Florida.
And my
Yeah.
wife's life was work, and
Work.
I mean, she had a
Yeah.
few friends that lived down in Florida,
Right.
but I had nothing
You
in
had
Florida
nothing.
really.
You had nothing.
And so she felt guilty, and so she suggested and paid for me to go to a comedy boot camp
But there you
at
go.
at
Okay.
McCurdy's Comedy Theater in Venice. Actually, in
Okay.
Sarasota. We lived in Venice. So it was
Okay.
McCurdy's Comedy Theater in Sarasota,
All right.
and the comedy boot camp was called um, Bermuda Mavericks.
Okay.
And I say that because they are still doing it. They're still
Oh
doing it.
wow. Very cool.
Ken Songs and Les McCurdy, they're still doing their Bermuda Mavericks.
Right.
And the boot camp was, let's see, I think we spent 3 days writing material.
All right.
All supposed to be doing 5 minute sets. We spent 3 days working, writing a 5 minute set and practicing it.
Right.
And then the the last or the fifth day or the sixth day, we perform a paying show, and the
There you go.
class gets to open up for a headliner.
And
And it's
how'd you do? Did you knock it out of the park?
I I don't want to say I knocked it out of the park because I cringe when I watch it, but the people were laughing. I only went 3.5 minutes over my time. It was supposed to
Just
be
three and a
5 minutes,
half
and I had rehearsed it so that I would go 4.5 minutes. I mean I had this whole scientific theory that okay, if I do 4.5 minutes worth of material with laughs, it'll come out to 5 minutes. I do my 5 minutes and I get off the stage. That's it.
Right. Right.
And the person, my saving grace was the person before me did not use his 5 minutes. He did two and
Oh,
a
so
half.
you have some extra credit.
He
There
did
you
two
go.
and a half minutes and was out.
Oh.
Yeah, two and a
Oh.
half and was done. That was it. The third person. That's what he did.
Yeah.
The fourth person did his 5 minutes, but he screwed me over. I'll tell you about that just in a minute. So because we're all beginners, we were told that we could use a cheat sheet.
Right.
I didn't know what a cheat sheet was. Like I
Right.
guess, and now I'm a professional, is I have a set list.
Right.
But back then, I had my whole set written out on
Every word, huh?
two pieces of paper, and it was on like a music stand that
Oh,
I
that's
should be able to
yeah.
see.
Right.
Except I wasn't wearing my glasses and I couldn't see it.
Oops. That's a problem.
Yeah, and so
Oh, that's funny.
and when I got stuck, instead of saying nothing, I would just improvise.
There you go.
But that dragged it out to 8 minutes 49 seconds when I was done.
Because you were adding in new material that probably wasn't on the show. Oh,
I
there
was
you go.
adding new material that was not part of what I'd written, and I did the stuff that was written as well. So I didn't like improvise and then cut stuff out. I improvised and kept going.
They just added to it. So that experience of 8 minutes roughly was good enough to keep you going.
Yeah.
And you've been doing it for 11 years, and you've gravitated to not just doing stand up, but there are other parts of comedy and entertainment that you do. And we were talking about you do this kind of this gospel preacher kind of mass kind of routine at a comedy club.
Yeah.
Which now tell us about that, because it was so entertaining. Is this a weekly thing, like you do it on like a
No,
Sunday?
this is whenever I can get it booked, and I will do private shows as well.
Okay.
Now, it's the character is the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll, and he does live.
Jelly Roll.
He
Okay.
does have a live YouTube show, a sermon service, Sundays 9 a.m. Eastern on YouTube.
Okay.
Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll. That's roll with an E at the end, ROLLE.
Okay.
And so that's a live show on Sundays, live for an hour. Now the comedy show is called Blessings and Blasphemy. And Blessings and Blasphemy, like I said, it's set up to look and sound like a church.
Okay.
But it's a comedy show. But I don't. I play it straight. I mean, there's lots of yes.
You're the reverend, and you're leading us basically a service to. So you have your you have your congregation, which is the audience, and are you engaging them? Is it like a crowd work kind of show where you're like talking to congregants, or is it your kind of your delivery, your shtick?
It is crowd participation.
Okay.
Like I said, because it's just like a church. Like I said, it's just like a church. It's
You
crowd
pass the hat?
participation. So it starts off. It's a 90-minute show.
All right. Oh wow.
It's
Okay.
90 minutes, and it starts off with a sing along, so that we can get the group involved.
What are you singing? What song is everyone singing?
Usually it's one of two songs, and I set up both songs, and I wait to see how the crowd looks, decide which one.
Okay.
One song is called "Bounce Your Boobies," and that's
Bounce your boobies.
Bounce Your Boobies. And if there's a lot of women in the show, if it's like more women than guys, it's Bounce Your Boobies.
Okay.
And it's an old song sung by some woman. I can't remember, some comedian. I can't remember her name. I feel ashamed now.
Right.
But it's like bounce your boobies, da, 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 and it's just and she just, the song is like with her doing a little stand up and stuff. But that's one song. The other option is "My Ding-a-ling" by Chuck Berry.
Okay. Well, you're an equal opportunity offender. You go women and men too. You're humiliating body parts on both sexes, which I think is fair, especially these days.
Yes. Now there's a reason that the two songs are either "Bounce Your Boobies" or "My Ding-a-ling." Like I said, the show itself, it starts with the song to engage the audience, and then from there we go to celebrity deaths for that week.
Celebrity deaths. Oh, so celebrities who had died.
Celebrities who have died that week. I
Oh,
do
wow.
like a little obituary for how many of them there were,
Okay.
and it's again it's a obituary with, okay, for example, I'm trying to remember one when Chris Christopherson died.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Terrible loss.
Yeah, when Chris Christopherson died, I remember one of the things I was doing was mentioning the movies, all the movies that he'd been in.
Yeah.
And so I would say,
Stars
like,
Born.
right,
Yeah.
and I can't remember all the movies. So I'm just going to throw movie titles out there.
I
So,
just know one.
yeah, so I'm going to say, like,
I'm sure there's more.
so I'm going to, like, Chris Christopherson. He was in the Grateful Dead concert. He was in the Stars Born. He was in Death Race 2000, Blade 1, Blade 2, Blade 3, and he was briefly in Barbra Streisand. They, so,
Like that. That's great.
thank you, thank
So
you.
you kind of take on like this pastoral voice too, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
oh
you kinda
yeah,
like,
yeah. There's a whole look for it.
like this. Yes,
Yes,
yeah.
yes, indeed. The blessed
I love
Lord
that.
have mercy. Yes, yes. And so,
Praise Jesus.
and then right after the obituaries, we go to the sermon, a brief sermon, I guess, depending on the audience. Again, I read the room. I've got the sermon written out. I know what I'm going to say. I know what I plan on saying, but I don't know what I don't know what I've said until I've said it. And it depends on
So-
the audience.
Is this a lot of improv when you're doing this
There
stuff?
is a lot
I
of
mean,
improv. There is
so
a
you
lot
got
of improv.
your improv of 2.5 minutes at your very first set is paid dividends. I mean, you really you're just kind of advanced that whole improv thing throughout your career of doing stand up and all that. And is it very natural for you, where you can, you obviously you maybe have an outline all that, but then when you start reading the room and all that, you feel comfortable enough to just kind of shredding it and riffing it.
I have been riffing it and, as you put, shredding it most of my life.
Since the day we got married, man. That's
Even before then, I mean, since I was a little kid, and that's because
Oh, all right.
I had two particular birth defects.
Oh, okay.
I was the youngest child.
All right, one.
Yeah, and I was a genius, a certified Mensa genius.
Like a IQ of over
Yeah, IQ over 140.
Wow.
Now, as a child, a black child in Baltimore, if you were a very smart kid, you were accused of being a white child. They said you're trying to be white when you were just smart, and you did, and they beat you up, but you don't want to be beat up, so you try to make them laugh, and you try to pretend you're dumb.
That's so funny.
And because I was the youngest and I got hit a lot, by my parents and my siblings, I learned to take a punch.
Wait, your parents used to hit you too?
Well, my mother couldn't help it. My father only did it on demand. My father only hit us basically if my mother says, I'm sorry. Once my mother said to me, "Boy, I swear to God, if I touch you, I'm gonna kill you. You have to wait till your father gets home."
Oh, that's so funny.
But you go upstairs and you wait in your room until your father gets home, because I
That's so
can't
funny.
touch you. If I touch you, I'm gonna kill you. I can't even look at you, because if I look at you,
Wow.
I want to touch you, and if I touch you, I'm gonna kill you. Go to your room. Just go to your room. Stay out of my sight, so I don't kill you, please.
That's so
God,
funny.
for God's sake, just stay out of my sight till your father comes
Wow.
home.
Could she throw a pretty good right hook? Is that what you're saying? She,
Oh my God, my mother hit us with anything, literally anything, and
even the iron you were holding when you were ironing the clothes. that your
whatever
dad
she
started-
had. And once she hit my sister with the cat. I kid you
With the
not.
cat?
The cat.
Wait, she took the cat and threw it, or she grabbed the tail
Grabbed
and
the
kinda
cat by
used
the
it to
tail and
help?
threw it at my sister.
Wow.
And my sister saw the cat coming and turned her back and then the cat grabbed my sister's back like this. And it's like and just hung there. And my sister's like trying to get the cat off her back, and the cat is like, "Don't drop me," because she'll pick me up again and throw me again. Just don't do it. So yeah, but after that, when we got a dog, we just got a boxer because he didn't have a tail.
Oh, there you go.
Yes.
You got a bulldog with the nose already smashed in, and you
Yeah.
just, it can't hurt that much.
Yeah, but the problem was we didn't get him fixed, so he still had the testicles on the back. My mother could.
Oh.
No, but I'm sorry.
That might have
And actually,
been-
that was actually part. I told that story the first time I was on stage just doing comedy. That was one of the stories I told, and that was a story that really upset my wife because my wife hates animal cruelty.
Yeah, that's pretty cruel.
Yeah,
That's pretty
and
cruel.
and my wife never. Here's the thing: my wife didn't know my mother back then. That was like 1969 or 60 or
Oh wow.
1970 maybe. My
Right.
wife had never met my mother back then. My
Right.
but my wife hated my mother for that moment
So
because
when
my
they
mother
first
once threw a cat.
so when they first met, it was not love at first sight. Given the cat incident, it was tough.
Well, at that was when they first met. When they first met, my wife didn't know about that because
Oh.
I hadn't started doing comedy. My wife
Mm,
and I were together for a few years,
I
and they
got it.
had developed a relationship.
Got it.
And but after that, she goes, every time I see your mother, I just think of her throwing the cat. I said, that was like 40 years ago, right? That
Yeah,
was
but those thrown cats, man, it's something you could never forget.
yeah.
That's
And
what I
I'm
tell
pretty
my
sure the
kids.
cat is
Don't
dead
throw
by now from other
For
causes.
sure.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
taken.
or it's on someone's back. We don't know. One of
It's developed a new fetish. He's just
on
walking
someone's
around
back.
Baltimore looking for backs to cling
That's
to.
right. Yeah, I feel safe here. Meow. So GD, where can people find you? I mean, not here physically, but where with social media? Where do where's your handles? Where they can find out where you're doing your shows and see your material, read your fantastic bio. Where do they find you?
the there the easiest way, because I'm not going to list all the social media things I'm on, because I don't even remember all the social media things I'm
Oh,
on.
okay.
But
Yeah.
I have a website, sogdfunny.com.
What is it? Say it again.
So GD
So
funny, so
so GD
GD funny, yeah,
SOGD funny.
sogdfunny.com,
Okay.
and there you just click on contacts, and there's like all my social media stuff is there.
Great. And that's where you list all your shows. You got any upcoming shows that you want to plug right now to the millions of people listening to this show? Any upcoming
I don't have an upcoming show because I'm waiting on a date. They just said
Oh,
yes, but they haven't given me the date yet.
okay.
They're gonna
All
send
right.
me,
Well,
and that's going to be in Pennsylvania when I get that one.
all right.
But
They can find
yeah,
it at So
that'll be my
GD
next
10
show. And
under
if I could, I look. I don't know if this is look for me if you are out there. And as a matter of fact, John, if you get an opportunity to have Leanne Lindsay on the show,
Liam. Well,
she's
let's get her in touch. Let's
yeah,
do
I
it.
will do. She developed something called plausible.com,
Okay.
and it's basically an online comedy stage. It's not like the Zoom calls. This is like Zoom on steroids, or this is like
Okay.
Facebook on steroids. This is StreamYard on steroids. You can if you're if, like I said, I just did a show for them. Uh, um, Honestly, I don't remember if it was this month or last month because but it's done. You could do a show, stream it, and you can have up to an infinite number of people in the audience, but you can
Okay.
actually see them
Oh,
and
got it.
hear them.
Oh, so you can do crowd work on the TV
Right,
screen if you want.
and it's in real time. There's no delay. And
Oh, that's great.
that's what amazes me. There's like when you do a show like that, and you have if you have a monitor set up, or in my case, I try to have an earplug. So because
Right.
what I do hybrid shows with them.
Right.
And the
Right.
hybrid show is I have a live audience, but also have the virtual audience also there. And so the virtual audience, I will have an earpiece in my ear so I can hear their reactions.
Ah, there you go.
Like I said, it's what I do with plausible is probably next level than what most people will do.
Right.
And I'm so join plausible.com, and you can there's like maybe 200 or 300 comedians you can decide to follow, and if and when
Oh,
they do a
cool.
show on plausible or even an open mic when they're practicing their material or workshops, you'll get an
Yeah.
email. And so if you join plausible, just like me, just say GD Fenderson, become a fan. You know,
I love it. I
yeah,
love it.
it's
Are you
relatively new. It's relatively new. It's been maybe 2 years or so, but I'll send you
okay?
her contact information
Please. I love that about the show.
because I believe in that product so much, so much.
Wow. Okay, I'll check it out. I'll check it out. Now I'm going to be on. Now you host some shows too. I'm going to be on
Yes.
one of your shows tomorrow.
Yes.
What's the name of that show that we're doing tomorrow?
That is done way past funny.
Way
Uh,
past
done
funny.
way past
Okay,
funny.
done
And
way past funny. Got it.
what I do is I discuss the art, science, business, and psychology of comedy with comedians and comedian adjacent people.
Okay, I better study tonight.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
really intense.
but I try to make it more. So, for example, because you do interview comedians, most of what we'll talk about is uh, how. Well, basically, how do you if you get a comedian that's uninteresting, how do you get them to open up and be interesting for half an hour? Actually, as a matter of fact, you said half an hour, and I'm thinking that it. I can do my
I know, right?
yeah. That's but but it's a good show. People can check out past episodes on YouTube, Knob TV, and
Okay.
Spark TV.
All right. All right.
It's
Well, I'm
not
looking forward
live.
to
It's
being on
not
the
live. I
show.
record it and then I edit it and I put it
And
out
then you
there.
got it. I am excited to be on the show tomorrow. I can't wait. We're gonna have fun. It's gonna be a great time.
Yeah. Now also, like I said, on Sundays at 9 a.m. on YouTube and
Okay.
on my Facebook page, So GD Funny.
Yeah.
Um, that's the Reverend does his thing. Uh,
Okay.
the Church of Last Resort. That's Sundays 9 a.m. Eastern time. Monday through Friday, I co-host Coffee with the Dog. With
Coffee with the dog.
Coffee with the Dog, and we talk to authors and people in the entertainment industries, comedians, musicians. Basically, it's a digital broadcast like a regular radio show.
Right.
And we actually are on radio as well. Although sometimes we get bumped off because sometimes people have potty mouths.
Oh. Oh,
Yeah.
so the FCC steps in and boom,
Well,
gone.
actually, before the FCC steps in, the station manager steps in.
Oh, 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 so
we
you're on
there,
radio.
there was one
Oh, God.
station that sought us out, and we were on the air for like 20 minutes. It's like, didn't you listen to the show before you said you wanted us on there? Didn't you
So funny.
listen? Or
That is too funny, man.
and
Well, you
the only way they could have not known that we were cussing is if they were listening to the segment where we play the news or
yeah.
commercial. Other than
Yeah.
that, they're uh,
They obviously they didn't get they should have done their homework, man. But that's great, man. So you are a very endearing man. I look forward to seeing you in person on stage because you have an energy about you, and I'm feeling it on the I'm looking at you on the computer monitor. And hearing you in my headphones, but you have this energy about you, and I can't wait to see it and feel it in the room when you're preaching or when you're doing your stand up and all that. But you got this aura, which is it's very engaging, man.
well,
It's
I thank you, and I want to acknowledge the fact that I received,
you got a trophy there.
yeah, worst comedy special of all time.
Who gave you that? Your wife?
No, there is a
Oh,
podcast. I'm not going to mention them by name, but they've found my first 90-minute show that I recorded. Okay, my explanation. I started doing comedy at the age of 55. It takes
right.
15, as you know, it takes like 15, 20 years to get established in the comedy field. I mean,
Hmm.
really established. You know,
Unless you sleep with the right people. That's what I
yeah, it's true, and I wouldn't do that.
I'm kidding.
I'll step with all the wrong people, but
Ah,
but in 15 years, if like I said, I started 55. In 15 years, I would be 70.
right.
I don't know what kind of condition my brain would be in at age 70.
It's
So
going to be funny though.
yeah,
No matter what
so I
condition
don't
you're in.
know. Yeah, so I
Yeah.
didn't want to wait that long to start recording my stuff. So
I see.
I started recording
You're
right
gonna
away.
archive it now. You're
Right.
archiving.
Yes, and I call it documenting my funny.
There you go.
And so
There you go.
I have like maybe 4 or 5 90-minute shows that I've done and recorded, different shows
Okay.
over the past 11 years. And like I said, I have
And you're
another one.
sharing it, and someone saw it and said, "This isn't good," and literally gave you a trophy.
No, the trophy I made because they just for 2
Oh,
years. It's been 2 years now, and they're still talking about. Well, they they found out about it. Well, I did it in 2016. Okay.
okay,
I started doing comedy in 2014.
Right.
September 24th, November of 2016, I recorded this show, and it went about 2 hours.
Okay.
And so they found out about me because of another comedian that they did not like. And so because they did not like them, they did not like me. And so they deliberately, they started watching the special, but they cut it like every 3 seconds and critique it. And so even if there was something funny, you wouldn't hear it because there's no flow.
Right.
They keep cutting it up and dissecting it and
got it.
yeah. But that's fine. That's what they do. That's what they do.
Right.
But when they promoted the show with me, when they promoted their segment on YouTube, it had my name, G.D. Fenderson, worst comedy special of all time.
I think that's great.
Yeah.
That's attention getting. I think that's a great,
Yes.
people will be like, I want to see how bad this is. But
Yeah, so that's why I made the trophy. That's why I made the trophy. So I have, and now I don't know that if there's a caveat, like it's the worst 90-minute comedy special of all time, or because it ran 2 hours. It was supposed to be 90 minutes. It ran 2 hours.
All right.
Again, I told you I started improvising and I don't cut anything out, so it ran long.
It's freeform.
Yeah,
Flow.
but I was the only comedian. It's not like there was anybody before me and they ran like a 3-hour show. It was just 2 hours of me. There was no, I didn't hold anybody up, is what I'm saying.
I got it. Well, there's a to close out the show. There's a part of the show I call repeat offenders, which I'm going to ask you 5 questions. And you're going to tell me, this should be good for you because you're an improv guy, but you're just going to tell me the first thing that comes to your mind when I ask you this question. All right, I got 5 questions coming your way. You ready?
Yeah. Sure.
All right. This is G.D. Fenderson's answers to repeat offender questions. Question numero uno. If you could invite anyone over to your house for dinner, anyone, dead or alive, who's coming? Who's coming to your house?
That's easy. Whoever designed the pyramids.
That would be Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, but whoever designed, and because let's face it, of all the things that have been built on this planet, what's the one thing that nobody can get their heads around? It's the pyramids. Even if the giants at Easter Island, they figured out how they could have moved them. They rock them back and forth.
All right.
Yeah, but the pyramids, we can't build it today.
No, we cannot. And all right. So if you find that person's coming over to your house,
yes,
and they're probably
And before that, I used to think it would be Jesus Christ, but no, Jesus, that's nothing. Anybody can walk on water. Anybody can turn water into wine. I'm talking about building the pyramids.
Now, wouldn't it be something if Jesus Christ built the pyramids and you can knock out 2 at one dinner?
Oh man, that would be great.
Okay, we'll see. All right, we're gonna work on that for you, man. All right, question number 2: if you could tour with any comic, dead or alive, who are you touring with?
Oh, geez. Okay, I'm gonna pick my idol, Jonathan Winters.
All right. Jonathan Winters. Wow,
my idol.
Great one. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like an A and B thing because I've never met Jonathan Winters, but I loved him. And the other one would be Dick Gregory.
Dick Gregory, there you go.
Because
yeah,
I'd met Dick Gregory when I was about 15 or 16 years old. I was his page at a conference, and
no way.
So I got to fetch his water when he was thirsty.
That's
and fetch his sandwiches when he was hungry, and I would come back and we would talk because
that Jesus did the same thing, by the way.
Yeah.
So they have a lot in common.
And he told me, he goes, you're very funny. But I was only funny because I was nervous about being around him. So I wasn't telling jokes. I just kept saying things. And he's just like, you're really funny. So he was the first person who was a comedian who said I was funny.
There you go. Put that on your resume. That's pretty damn good. Make a trophy about that. Dick Gregory said I was funny.
Okay, I'll put it on the backside.
Dick
Gregory, that was funny. At 16.
Right on the worst show of all time. Okay, question number 3. Yes. If you were a ghost, who would you spend the most time haunting?
Okay, that's a tricky one because, first of all, because I'm black, I can't be a ghost. I'd have to be a spook.
Oh,
and
all right.
that's
Most things black ghosts. All right.
no, no.
I
I'm
did not
sorry.
know that.
That's an old racist term. Black people used to be called spooks back in the day.
Oh, all right. Okay. But
I'd
I'm
have
going
to
to call you a ghost.
yeah, I'd have to be a spook. So,
All right.
but who would I haunt? Man,
I don't want to get canceled. I don't want my show to get canceled, so I'm going to
well,
keep
I
it.
kept it clean. I didn't say. Oh,
I know. I appreciate that.
yeah. Um,
All right. Who you haunting?
wow. I don't hate
Anyone?
anybody that much. I don't.
Well, you can haunt someone that you like too. I mean, you can
But
have fun
does
haunting.
hunting imply that you're scaring them?
No, you could just maybe you're just it's kind of like you're just
Oh,
having fun.
okay. In that case, Halle Berry, because I think I'd like to see her naked.
Well, there you go. You're haunting and taunting. That's what you're doing, Holly Berry.
Well, let's just say when they're looking for ectoplasm, it's
Here's
the ectoplasm that they're finding is not ghost goo. That's
that is so funny. Holly Berry's like, I don't understand why the television turns on and there's porn on. I don't know why is that happening.
And what's this white stuff I keep stepping in on the floor?
All right, question number 4. GD Fenderson from Baltimore. If a genie gives you one wish, what are you wishing for?
Oh gosh,
Many things.
yeah, that's a tough one because it's only one wish.
One
So,
wish, and you can't
and-
go.
and
I want 100 wishes. It's not one of those
Okay,
questions.
in that case, this is going to sound stupid to people. My philosophy is to leave the world better than you found it. That's
Okay.
That's what I try to. That's what I try to
We're
live by.
doing great as a rate. We're doing great as a species right now.
Well,
We're crushing it.
Yeah, so I want to leave the world better than I found it.
All
But
right. What are you gonna do?
but when I used to be a minister, I used to say that I will behave in a way that if my actions became universal law. In other words, I would try to be good to people because if I was good to people, so I would make my wish, my actions become universal law, and that way
Okay.
people would be good and kind to each other.
So everyone will haunt Holly Berry. Is that what you're saying?
Man, she's gonna have a rough night. She's gonna be in therapy, but she can afford it now.
I love it. Too funny. All right, last question, my friend. If you had to wear a sign, you're going to love this one. If you had to wear a sign around your neck for the rest of your life, what does that sign say?
I'm one of the good ones.
No, yeah. I love that, man. That's so funny. So you're going to wear that when the National Guard come to Baltimore? Is
That's
that
right. The National Guard come to Baltimore and says, "Hold no, he's one of the good ones." It says right there on his shirt. Right there on his shirt.
No, he's cool. He's haunting Holly Berry, man. No, he's good.
He's one of the good ones.
We'll leave him alone. We'll leave him alone. Oh, man, it was such a pleasure having you on the show.
Thanks. I was really,
Pleasure, man.
thank you. It's great to be here too.
Oh, man, and I really look forward to meet you in person. You're a very special. You're a very special person. You've got to check out GD Fenderson, man. Tell me the website again where they can find you.
So GD funny.
SoGDfunny.com. You are you just got a lot going on, man. And not physically, you look so cool. You got this great energy. You got this incredible smile. You are an infectious human being, man.
Well, I have an incredible smile. I paid $10,000 for this one.
I love that. That should be your sign. I paid $10,000 for this smile.
Yeah, one woman said to me it was during the show. She goes, "Oh my God, you're always smiling." I said, "Yes, I spent $10,000 for this. I'm showing my teeth to everybody."
Get my money's worth.
That's
That is too
everybody's
funny.
going to see these teeth.
And I'm going to see you tomorrow on your show.
Yes.
And this is really exciting. And so, where can people find the show? Now, is it live tomorrow?
It's
or are
not
we
live.
recording
It's not live.
All right, it's not
They
live.
won't see it
Okay.
for like 10 days, and that's
Right.
because I will edit. If there's anything you talk about on the show that needs graphic or needs an explanation, I will put up a graphic to help the audience along, so they don't have to think about it.
Oh,
Go like,
wow. A lot of pressure. A lot of pressure.
no pressure at all. No pressure at all. I mean, you'd be in the same group as people like
Dick Gregory.
I was going to say, Dick Gregory never did the show. Tommy Chong did the show.
Oh, okay.
Dylan Brody, he's
All right.
yeah, Dylan Brody
Oh,
did
I'm
the
good
show.
company. I'm a good company.
Yeah, so you're in good company.
All right. I look forward to it, man. Well, GD Fenderson from Baltimore, thank you for coming on the show. I wish you nothing but continued success and just keep doing what you're doing, man, because you're funny, you're creative, and you bring your energy and and there's an intelligence to your humor too, because you're a really smart guy, but you bring that because there's this crispness to your humor that I think that come from just being freaking smart, and you got that, man. So you're not gonna lose it. So keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you. I'm good. That is a clip. I'm sorry, guys. This is a promo clip for me right here, right there. It
Promo
is.
clip. Yeah. Put this on your trophy.
That's right.
All right, my friend G.D. Fenderson from Baltimore, Maryland. Thank you. Another incredible show. Sit down, stand up with me, John Kenneth. Longo, you happy with that?
I'm doing good.
It sounds like you just friggin' inhaled something. So, well, that's it. We will see you next time. Like I say every week, we are out of here.